Alright, what's up everybody, my name is Sen, and welcome to Crouch Block. For today's video, I want to do something fun, something pretty lighthearted, and I want to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ, specifically if I never played Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, this is obviously a super hypothetical video, but like I said, it's just for fun. So, as most of you guys know, I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. Dragon Ball FighterZ is my primary fighting game. I've been pretty much in love with it since its initial release back in 2018. But I wasn't always super competitive with it. That took a while to get there. I didn't really get serious about the game until the whole comment section fiasco happened, with a friend of mine commenting on one of my Dragon Ball videos saying I was garbage, and he was, yes, absolutely right. So, as I said, Dragon Ball was the first game I wanted to get better at as far as fighting games are concerned. It's not the first fighting game I've played by any means. I've played a lot of other fighting games. I've played Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Vanilla, Street Fighter 4 Vanilla, MKX maybe, Virtua Fighter 4, what else do I have? Yeah, Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat Deception. But Dragon Ball was kind of the gateway to other fighting games. I found myself enjoying it so much that I wanted to look elsewhere for similar enjoyment in different ways for other fighting games. Now, here's where we get into the hypothetical. What if I never started playing DBFZ? Now, we can take this super literally and go with what I've been playing before I really got into Dragon Ball, which was primarily League of Legends and Valorant. There was kind of a transitionary phase between Dragon Ball and League of Legends. League of Legends was my primary game for a very long time, but I felt myself transitioning into Dragon Ball because of a couple different things. So without Dragon Ball, I probably wouldn't have gotten into fighting games at all, like apart from Smash. Smash would be the only exception to that. If you look back at what I was playing before Dragon Ball, it was League of Legends for my heavily edited content. I was Let's playing a lot of stuff, but the primary competitive game was League of Legends. Now, while I was playing both League of Legends and Dragon Ball, I was absolutely getting frustrated at both of them, but only felt good about the frustration with one of them, and that was Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball, it's very simple to understand why things are happening at a low level, and there's so much beginner content. There's a lot of beginner content for League as well, but I feel like it just makes more sense in fighting games. I whiffed an attack and I got punished for it. I mean, that's bad spacing. I tried to mash on my opponent and I got hit for it. That move that I mashed on was probably plus. Simple things like that. You know, if my opponent's neutral is super dash, super dash, super dash, chances are I want to play a more grounding game and look for a 2H to anti-air. It's simple things like that at low level that just make a lot of sense. Alright, let's take this a step even simpler. My health bar was depleted before my opponent's was. Obviously I'm messing up somewhere. Very simple concept to understand with that. Actually, I probably could have killed there. I want to move on to about as simple as a League game gets. One team gets absolutely crushed. Every lane is destroyed. Frickin' jungle loses, mid loses, bot loses, top loses. 100% feed. No towers lost on the enemy team. Push to Nexus. GG. Free. That is as simple as a concept as a game gets. And even to that, there's a lot of thought to it. Why did that happen? So I want to actually expand on this a bit more. When I played League, primarily my main lane was mid lane. If I was going to play ranked, I would either do mid top or mid and support, depending on how I was feeling. Sometimes ADC, sometimes play bot lane with a homie. It depends. So instead of one team absolutely crushing the other, let's just say I did good. I'm the only one that did good, and we lost. I couldn't carry the team. This is just hypothetical. It has happened, but that's not the point. Even with just my lane doing good, there's a lot of thought to that. Let me explain. If I have a lead on my lane, I have a couple different options. 4 primary options that I have, or yeah. First off, the simplest, and probably why I would lose, would be that I just focus on only pushing my lane. That is it. There's a lot that can happen from that. Either I can keep getting stronger and just not be a worry if my laning opponent stays on the mid lane to kind of stop me from pushing. I can try to help jungle with objectives, something like Dragon or Herald or something like that. Try to get some momentum for the team flowing in that aspect, because obviously Dragon's going to have buffs, Herald's going to help push lane like top or bot lane or something, or even just my lane further. I could try to help top lane, but who knows if it's a fucking Gnosis trying to get 1,000 stacks before 20 minutes. I don't know. It depends on that too. Maybe on bot lane, the reason that they're feeding is because it's a Twisted Fate Nunu bot lane, and need I say more? And maybe they need help. Maybe jungle's just not enough, or jungle's not visiting, or maybe the opponent jungle is actually visiting a lot. Maybe the opponent bot lane is just really fucking good. So there's a couple things that can happen even on that bot lane situation alone. I can help the team, and maybe we get lucky, pick up a couple kills, give them to the ADC, and he gets kind of started on coming back, and we push their lane, and they get some momentum. Another thing that can happen is the opponent bot lane kills me, they get stronger, and yeah, I just lost XP, time away from lane, I fed gold, and yeah, that would be really bad. And now TF is flaming me because I'm trash and I didn't gank properly or something, or I didn't engage, some shit like that. Just within those 4 choices, there's a lot of rippling effects that can happen. From there on, you'd be pretty hard pressed not to think, oh man, I couldn't carry this garbage fucking team. Like, this TF ADC really blowing Nunu on bot lane. And that just might be the wrong idea because of those 3 or 4 general options. Now, I'm sure you guys can figure out how this is a lot easier to think about than, oh, frickin' my health bar go boom, opponent no footsies, bad at game, so on and so forth. Instead of figuring out who's to blame in a game of League, you only have yourself to blame because, oh shit, my opponent has never respected any of my Okazeme. Why did I not expect him to do DP? Why did I not expect them to do level 3? Instead, I should have just empty jumped. Now, at higher levels of play, the reasons why you won or lost become more complex just as much as any other game. It's no longer a question of, oh, my opponent's neutral super dash, so I'm gonna 2H. It's very possible that your opponent is now covering a super dash with assists. Kind of a large feeling of why I was transitioning from League to just Dragon Ball and fighting games as a whole was because I may have been losing in both or winning in both, it didn't really matter, but with the losses themselves, it felt better to lose in Dragon Ball than to lose in League because, you know, I have nobody else to blame but myself. The ownership of the journey is exclusively mine. And kind of part of that boils down to who I am as a person. Fighting games aren't for everyone, but looking at some of the sports I enjoy, such as skateboarding and golf, yeah, you can absolutely have company while you do both of those sports. You can go as a 4-man in golf. You can meet up with a bunch of friends and skateboard. It's great. But you don't need anyone to participate. Yes, you need an opponent, but that's one person that you can find online at any time. So, long story short, it would be Valorant or League of Legends and/or League of Legends. But I don't want to stray away too far from fighting games because I really enjoy fighting games. I think they're great. Chances are I might still be playing Smash somewhat. I want to look at this sheerly by the numbers. Street Fighter V and Guilty Gear Strive are easily the fighting games that I've played the most apart from Dragon Ball. I've played 58 hours of Guilty Gear Strive just on PS5. I have played 99 hours of Street Fighter V just on PS5. Pretty clear to see that I would likely be playing one of these fighting games if I were to choose one and give up Dragon Ball FighterZ. The game that I absolutely loved is Under Night In-Birth. I felt so strongly for this game. This game means so much to me even now. Even though I don't really play it, man, I just love this game. From the menu, to the music, to the characters. Under Night is such a strong contender for me. The neutral feels like Dragon Ball just without Super Dash. The combos are cool and fun and have purpose. I really, really enjoyed this game. If I had to drop 2 more, I would probably say Blaze Blue Central Fiction and Guilty Gear Accent Core. Man, I can't even do the combos in this game. I never really learned how to do them well or anything like that. But this game is just so fun, just from the art to the neutral to just, it is all so good. The music is incredible. I want to take this a step further though. If I could go back to any era of fighting game and have the knowledge and the ability that I do now to like learn these games, which isn't great. I'm not a professional or anything like that, but I have a better mind now for this stuff than I did back then, because I was a little kid, and the time that I'm talking about, if I would have gotten into fighting games around Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Street Fighter 4, Guilty Gear Sign or Exert or whatever it was at the time, I would have loved to have gone back and enjoyed fighting games, these fighting games specifically, in that era. This game is hype as fuck. The combos are ridiculous. If somebody asked me to play MVCI, I would probably play it. The problem is I can't find anyone online. You know, Brennan and Vince probably had me right that I am probably a tag game player. Even between all 3 of those godlike games, such as Street Fighter 4, such as Guilty Gear Sign or Exert or whatever it was out, I probably would have stuck with Marvel because, one, it's characters that I already am familiar with and really, really love, and the franchise as a whole. And it's that floaty, super jump, you know, team-based neutral that I just really enjoy.